Hi. I I wanted to do a video really quick as a reminder to myself and to anyone else who is out there fighting the good fight of dating. Um at times you can feel discouraged. You can feel like you want to give up on dating. You feel like, hey, this is too much. I'm meeting crazy people. I'm meeting people who are not like minded with me. I'm meeting people who I feel don't have any substance. I'm meeting people who I feel like are just out for sexual pleasure and don't want to build anything. This is very frustrating. I know how that feels because I feel all of those things. And I'm here to tell myself and I'm here to remind you not to give up. Not to give up. That God is going to give us the desires of our hearts. And hopefully in 2022, at the end of the year, I can reflect back on this video and not be in the same place then as I am now. Because the reason why I had to remind myself is because I talked to this guy on a dating app, gave him my number. Now, I gave him my Google number. I do that. And we had only talked on a dating app for 2 days. Gave him my Google number. So the first thing he does with my Google number is he texts me. He texts me a day later, okay? And he just simply says, "Hey." First of all, hey is for horses. But anyways, hey. He says, "Hey." And I say, "Hello." And then my next message is, "To whom am I texting?" He says, "This is Bishop. You just gave me your number yesterday." I then respond to him, "Okay, how am I supposed to know that is you when all of you do is say, 'Hey'? You never gave me your number. You just asked for my number." And even if he had given me his number, it would not have been programmed in my phone or anything. But when you reach out to someone for the first time, you have to identify yourself. I don't know why people think that they don't have to identify themselves. When you call somebody on the phone, you have to identify yourself. When you text somebody on the phone for the first time, you have to identify yourself. Unless you have been communicating with someone for a long time or a certain amount of times, and therefore they have like programmed your number. Because I mean, with guys, unless it's permanent, I don't program their number. So we could have been talking on the phone for 3 months. If it's not permanent, your number is not programmed in my phone. That's just me personally. But I would be able to recognize the number. It might not be programmed, but I would know, hey, this is so and so. We have a history of messaging. I know who this is. We had never messaged before. Second thing is, I say to him, "Bishop." By this time, I kind of figured out who it was. I thought that I had figured out who it was, but I'm like, "Bishop, I don't know him by Bishop." So I say to him, excuse me, I say to him, "Is that the number in which we were communicating under? Like, is that the number on your dating profile? I mean, the name on your dating profile?" And he says, "No." Sir, so how am I to know that you are the person that I've been communicating with on the dating profile if one, you never gave me your number, so I don't know what number to expect. You just randomly say, 'Hey,' and then two, you then give me a name that is not the name that I have been communicating with you on. So, what do you want from me? Like, why are you making it seem like I'm the problem? No, you are the problem." So I say to him, "Oh, okay." After he says, "No, the name that you've been communicating with me is," and I say, "Oh, okay." So I try to take a deep breath and I then text him back, "How are you?" Look, trying to let that go, even though I'm like, it's him, not me. I still let that go, and I'm like, how are you? He um he says that he says he's doing good, and I say, okay. He says, how are you? I say, I'm well, thank you for asking. Boom. Then he doesn't say anything for probably like, I don't know, 2 hours or so. And then the next text is, wait for it, wait for it, WYD. Anyone who knows me knows that I hate those texts so much. And I looked at that text and I took deep breaths, but I responded and said, wrapping Christmas gifts. And what is on your agenda for tonight? What are you getting involved in? What are you currently doing? That's what I say. I don't say WID, but I'm just saying, So he then says, laying down. I said, oh, you must be tired. You probably need to get some rest. I don't hear back from him. Last night after that, I did not hear back from him. I let that go. Okay, that's fine. Um, the next time I hear from him is today, in which he messaged me, hey. Oh, it's gonna be that type of thing. So first of all, I give you my number so that you can call me. Okay? If you wanted to message me, you could have continued to message me on the dating site, because that's what we were doing. Messaging is like text messaging. That's what we were doing. When you ask for my number and ask for the opportunity to get to know me better off this site, that means that you want to pick up the phone, even though you can call on the site and you can video message on the site. It's internet based, so I know sometimes you can't do it different places. So I don't mind giving my Google number out until I feel comfortable, whatever. But I'm thinking you're trying to talk on the phone or whatnot. When you're still just texting me, you could have kept doing that on the dating site. You aren't doing anything differently, sir. And in fact, you're more basic on regular text messages, because when he was messaging me on the dating site, he was messaging me with more words than hey and stuff like that, because we would have never even got to the point where I would have even given him my Google number had he been saying hey and that's it and stuff like. See, he was not doing that. He was asking me how I was doing. He was commenting on my pictures, things like that, So when he messaged me today, again, hey, I probably wait a while, take deep breaths, because I wasn't going to message him back. But then I was like, you know what? Just try to, see what's going on. I mean, I'm really trying here. I'm trying. So I messaged him back and said, hello, happy Thursday. How are you doing today? Trying to keep it light, trying to engage him in some more conversation, trying to elevate the conversation. He then says, I'm doing good, just chilling. I said, okay, good to know. And then he doesn't say anything. He doesn't ask me how I'm doing or anything like that. So I don't volunteer it. He waits an hour or so, and then wait for it. He texts WYD again, and that's when I lost it. I had enough. Now I may laugh and I may joke, but goddamn it, I don't play. Now I'm sick of it, because you trying me. You really trying me. So I messaged him back and told him, listen, I gave you my number under the notion that you were going to call me, communicate with me, talk on the phone, and after try to get to know me, ask me out on dates, progress this thing on forward. That doesn't seem to be what you're doing. I was like, I don't engage in basic text messages with individuals who keep trying to just ask me WYD 3 times a day. I don't do that. I don't engage in that. He then says, can you send me a picture? I mean, if looks could kill, I would have come through the phone That sets me off too. Send me a picture. You already saw pictures of me on the dating site. That's what drew you to message me. And so I'm not sending you any more pictures of me. You're not going to have pictures of me just floating through your phone like you do all these other girls so you could just tell everybody, oh, look, I talked to her. No, sir. No. You're not adding me to your roster. No. So I said, no. And then I was like, you already saw pictures of me, and I just told you I don't engage in this basic text messaging. I'm not doing that. He says I would call you, but I need to make sure I'm not being catfish first. I said, how does me sending you a picture solve the question to you of whether or not you're being catfished? And he said, because I have a picture of you. I said, but you already saw pictures of me on the dating site. And if you doubt those pictures and think that you could be getting catfished, if I then send you another picture, how does that solve the mystery that you're not being catfished? Because I could still be catfishing you if I was catfishing you with another picture of the same person. So how does that solve your mystery? I said the only way that you can make sure that you're not being catfished is to engage somebody in a date or a video message. Crickets. I blocked him because now I'm not talking to you because you're dumb. Because how do you think another picture was going? You're dumb. So now I can't. No, I'm above it. I am above it. I can't. I can't. I can't. And this is what I have to put up with. This is what I have to put up with on a daily basis. And it's discouraging. It's very discouraging. It makes you want to take your profile down. It makes you want to shut it down, not only to the end of the year, but period. It makes you just want to, just stop and give up. But I am here to counsel myself, and I'm here to encourage you to take a pause, take a deep breath, take a day or so off, and then continue to fight the good fight. You don't have to do anything to pursue, but still just be open that if you come across somebody, that you won't be so closed off that you can't receive them. That is my prayer for myself. That is my prayer for you, because going through this can be very discouraging and make you just want to give up. So I am just making this video just to let you know that I go through these things. I go through these struggles, and I am sharing it with you so that you might know that you are not alone, and that together we can get through this, and that we can overcome this, and that we're going to reflect back on this. And a year from now, we are not going to be in the same place, and that we're going to hold on to the promise that we will get the desires of our hearts, and that this dating disaster that we go through will not last always. It won't. So I just wanted to send this message in a video. Just somebody needed to hear it. I needed to hear it myself, and somebody else needs to hear it. I hope everyone is doing well. Bye.